Having two daughters especially, I look at them and I want them to have a good childhood and I want them to be successful in life. And it makes you realize that a lot of kids don't have that. So it makes you want to get out there and fight for those kids so that they can hopefully have a better life or a better childhood than what they've experienced so far. I work in the missing persons unit and I oversee missing persons cases, adult and juvenile, but I also oversee juvenile sex trafficking. Every single day we get missing persons cases for adults and for juveniles. We go through and we look at our missing kids and we kind of assess them for certain high risk factors and determine whether or not we'd place them into a category of being at risk for things like trafficking, gang involvement, or if they're not as elevated into a different category where they would be followed up with by two different groups. Those two different groups are our missing youth services and then our other ones are anti-trafficking youth services.
So this program is really a partnership between Project Harmony and Omaha Police Department. And Brett Schrage's role is really to, he's kind of the glue that holds us all together. He sees there's such a need for someone to advocate for these youth. And especially at the law enforcement level, he's really been pivotal in making some significant changes on the approach that they take with these youth. It's really supporting them not only through the investigation, but after the fact too. And that's really where our partnership has come into play. And he's really helped strengthen the partnership between Project Harmony and Omaha Police and helped us provide the best services for these youth.
Well, he's really stuck through this. I mean, it is difficult work, it is stressful work, it is a lot of work after hours, and it's working with many different components, constantly moving parts, and he's stuck with it. And he's expressed, that he wants to see this program succeed.
The work is hard, but it's rewarding. The sentences that we've got with the federal court, with the U.S. Attorney's Office, we're taking really bad people off the street who have hurt for a long time a lot of people, and so we've been able to put them away and hold them accountable now, and that feels really good.
The first real big trafficking ring that we got into, it was very eye-opening to realize just how large and complex it actually is. The detectives who were working the case, they made some pretty strong relationships with the girls who were involved in the case, and I mean, they still talk with them today. They're still helping them out today. It gave me a model in my head of how I wanted to see trafficking handled in the Omaha metro area moving forward.
He has to wear so many hats. He helps with the union. He is a supervisor. He does a lot of work with Project Lifesaver too. Not only that, he goes out to the community and he educates. So it's not like he's just managing this one thing. He has like 6 balls in the air and he gives all of that time and attention to each one of those things, and that's what makes him such a good leader too.
What Brett does a good job is realizing we all have a life outside of these walls and a life outside of this tough work, and we talk about it, whether it's fantasy football, whether it's just, inside jokes in the hallway.
So he is very, very competitive. He tries really hard to be good at fantasy football, and I think that we all really enjoy that.
Whenever we have a moment to try to make things lighthearted or do something to keep our minds off of it, I think that's important, because if you're only thinking about trafficking cases and kids who are at risk for a variety of different things, I think that can weigh on a person heavily. So we try to do what we can to alleviate that as much as possible.
I've really leaned on Brett outside of work, as well as just being like a mentor. As a new dad myself, I can go to Brett to ask about how do you manage this with your wife and kids at home with a new routine going to work or things like that. It's cool to see him care so much about his work life, but then also home life.
A lot of people have helped me get to where I am today. My wife plays a huge part in everything. She helps out a lot on those days where I may not be home, just getting the kids to where they need to be and being very understanding and supportive of the situation. I put kids first because I want to ensure they have the life that they deserve. Their number one concern should be the things that they're going to do that day, who they're going to play with, what they're doing at school. Can they convince their parents to give them extra candy when they know they're not supposed to have it? Like, that's the type of life I'm talking about that they deserve, I think, is just be successful, be happy, and have all those opportunities available to them.
We're here, Daddy. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for keeping us safe.
Hey Dad, thank you for keeping children like us all safe and protecting us all.
Love you, Dad!